He said, Mr. Enos, he said, I'm the father of that girl that got murdered, so and so. He said, but they never ever found the killer.
Oh. See how
This is sad,
upsets
eh?
him. Yeah, very sad.
That would have to be. That's a lifelong torment, eh?
Yeah.
Never knowing.
And Enos said to him, this man was sick. He was dying from it. He had cancer. And Ron Enos said to him, the bloke said to him, there's only one thing in life I want to know. Is that who murdered my daughter?
Yep.
So Ron Enos did all this investigation, and not long before he finished it, the man died.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
A couple of weeks later, through Ron Enos, they found the girl's murderer.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Anyway,
Very sad, love. Look at
nearly
emotional.
all these are down south from this Ron Enos thing, which I watched on TV.
Yep.
And I say to myself, I'm just so thankful that I never got married to anyone down in Sydney and had a family, because you wouldn't want to live in a place where there's so many evil people.
Yeah.
Liam. I have to show Liam. Liam won't live
I've
there.
never been to Sydney. You know that?
Haven't you?
I've never been to Sydney.
We went on our honeymoon. I hated it.
I'm not interested in going to Sydney
No,
either.
I didn't like it, Rod. I hung on to Daddy. I was so scared.
The reason I couldn't is in one of the workplaces, I got friendly with this Irish guy. He reckoned he was married over in Ireland. I don't reckon he was. Him was a good mate. He never had a vehicle. And he was a member of a league club, league of football.
Yep.
You can only go to the league club if you remember, or if you were sponsoring someone, or
Guest.
a friend.
Yep.
So, he is the only way to get to, he lived on the north side, and this place is on the south side. And you had to go and get buses, and then you had to finish to a certain time, otherwise you'd never be able to get home. When I got there and I took him there, I used to drive right across, we'd go to this leagues club. And that's where I first learned about poker machines, one-armed bandits.
Very surprised by
It took me
We
6
told you
weeks
last time.
from when I decided to come back to North Queensland to get enough money to pay for fuel. I was only going to ask Dad, send Dad, because a poker machine, nearly all my pay, which I got on a Friday, was spent on Saturday with the stinking poker machine. You'd be there, they're rigged in such a way, you pull it, all these money would fall out in the dish. Then you put it back in, and then all of a sudden, nothing had come out. So, I think you cashed your money into your chips,
Yep.
chips or something, to put in the machine. Nothing. 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 They let you win some. No one walks out winning anything. Now, when I was down at one of my technologist conference, on the Coolangatta
Water.
Tweed Heads, that's the border between Australia and New South Wales. Up in Queensland, no poker machine. The other side of the border, poker machine. And we were staying at this big motel, big hotel, and the conference was in this
Casino.
the same place. It's like the
Casino.
reef. You know that big place
Yeah.
in Cairns, near the reef? Not the reef, the pier.
Glen. Casino.
Casino, like a casino.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't hold a technology conference in a casino. They had a conference room.
Yes, yeah.
We went there, and this lady, Mrs. Twyman, when Hamlin at Edmund still had the mill, and he was the technical field officer from CSR,
Yep.
and his wife, and I can remember seeing him going away on conferences. When he told me before, and his wife had come. Every year when we go away, there'd be a different child. She was just having kids after kids after kids. I remember she got, I always thought that they probably were. I always had the impression that they were Christian. I don't know why. Now, because she played a poker machine, that didn't change my view of her. She got on this poker machine and the group was standing around. And she was feeding, never fed a poker machine on life. And she was just pouring money out every time. Pouring it out, just like I told you about me. Then suddenly it stopped.
Oh.
She had all these chips, money turned into chips. She spent the whole lot of them. Every single bit she won, she lost.
Mm.
Yep.
You never, I tell you one thing, the most addictive thinking things
Yeah,
on
I've
this earth.
never, that's one thing I've never done is got into gambling.
Mm.
My money's too hard to flow my earn.
Yeah, that's right.
When we went to the wedding of Charlie Della's son that got killed in Cairns.
Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie?
Did we go to his wedding in Cairns?
No, Scott.
Well,
The other one we went to.
it was down near the pier where they had the crocodile.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
No,
I
it was
know.
in a
I can
hotel
remember.
along Sheridan Street, a motel.
I can remember talking to what's that girl, Shady Bartolo's daughter's name?
Rachel.
Who?
Miriam.
Miriam.
Mm.
I remember talking
I
to
thought
her.
he said Frankie.
Now, I went outside to have a smoke, and she followed and we were talking. Back a bit further, they had a gambling place. You probably can't remember. They had a poker machine.
Oh, I can't stop yawning.
So, and
I love his stories though.
a lot of the people that were at his wedding, that they're playing the pokies. So I got a little bit of money.
I do have a faint recollection of that.
It was a lot more difficult and changed from when I used to do it. It was so easy to use, but now it's all changed. No, I didn't like it. I played a bit, never running, and it didn't grab me at all. I just stopped. I did not get.
Yeah, Ethan showed me one night their brothers when we went to someone's one of his mate's birthday or something, because he has they call it a flip or something they call it.
Mm.
And I was like, you know, my brain can't compute stuff like that. Like there's some way of thinking, yeah, okay, so now you got to,
Yeah.
and I'm just clueless. I can't play a lot of games either.
Really?
No, just can't get them. Can't understand them. And I can't understand sport. Can't understand the rules. I still don't know what's going on when they're playing soccer. I just watch it.
Really?
Yeah. Just can't understand it.
Nicky, my poor
I'm
boy.
autistic.
But remember when you couldn't get,
I've got
I was trying to
going.
teach you the times table?
Yeah.
Impossible to teach you. Kerry got it in a couple of hours or something, remember? Do you remember that day? Yeah. Yeah, that little professor did the trick.
Out any of them at the
Gee, I wish we could find a little professor again.
9872 6848.
I just can't believe how you people thought I had diarrhea and it was a egg going
It
on.
smelt like you.
Rodney, it's being recorded.
I'll tell you what, nothing smells worse than an egg that's just
Yeah.
gone
Yeah.
That was vile, mate.
There were so many coincidences though, eh? The air conditioner had just come on.
Yeah.
Daddy had just gone and sat there.
I'm going to go on a course now for cricket starts.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on, listen. There's a thing on TV I recorded last night or the night before called Amazonia.
Amazonia.
It's got no captions.
Oh.
The reason it's got no captions is because monkeys don't talk. It's about this Capuchinian monkey.
Oh, you'd love
But, you know,
that.
they thought they'd one day have around
Chimpanzee.
Yeah, no, the white faces.
with a plate with a
Yeah.
hat, and he got the monkey
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is getting monkeys being travelled in the plane, in the cage, over the somewhere over in Brazil. The plane crashed. Because it was in a cage, a stone cage, best thing you ever happened to him. Even the cage got thrown around the cabin. He couldn't get hurt, could he? He could not get hurt.
Why?
Well, you in the cage would have to get squashed in like that to hurt him.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so he jumps from side to side.
It got out and escaped into the jungle.
It's like Madagascar.
And the whole movie, the why it's got no captions is like I said, you know, the monkey can't talk.
Yep.
And
Birds having a bath.
yeah, it showed it was one of the best, even though it was a movie, the best wildlife thing of the Amazonian area that I've ever seen in my life. Better than all these blokes, Richard Attenborough and that bloke and that bloke, Mr. Tuggan just by movie makers.
Have you watched that series Alone?
I
Yeah,
love
what,
that.
the Planet-
What country are you on, Rodney? No.
What?
What country are you watching, though? Tasmania or Canada or where?
Have you watched that?
America, Alaska, or
Yeah, they're all in different countries. I watched Norway and Sweden,
Yep.
Denmark, yeah.
Alone.
I used to. I watched the first one when it was up in the snow country of Alaska or something.
Yeah, I love that
It
show.
was so, I couldn't stand it. It was so boring. It was the last one I ever saw.
I reckon it was
Right?
great.
Now, they probably had they've had one here now, United Kingdom people,
Yep.
right? But that first one, the very first one, a couple of years ago, they showed the previews,
Yep.
shorts, right? And they showed
He might be thinking of
where this
Survivor.
wolf was getting ready to attack this bloke, and the bloke was making a funny face at the wolf, and the wolf took off. I said, this is going to be an interesting thing. I watched it. That never even happened. They lied. They were making it up. The wolf did come around.
But I reckon, see, he was born long before his time, eh? He could have gone into something like that and won. He would have. Because he's a bushy foot through
Well,
and through.
it was here.
The other thing that he could do, Rodney, is gymnastic type sports. He used to do in the backyard when you were a baby, he used to do pole vaulting. And the neighbour was standing at her kitchen window one day. She saw him go past the window and she nearly had a heart attack. She thought he was killing himself. He has so many things he could have done if he was born back then.
But I've only just lost a little bit. Right? That's,
Physics, he could have been a physics professor.
Why I'm saying is about that monkey. It showed this monstrous, because it was a tame monkey, never been in the jungle before, never knew anything about animals. This monstrous,
Python or something.
what do they call these big snakes?
Boa constrictor.
Anaconda.
Anaconda.
Here's an anaconda from here to that keeps along.
Wow.
That thick. Here's a photo of this stupid little monkey right up against his belly, scratching away at something. Didn't know what it was, but just the anaconda's head was facing that way, and his tongue was all going out that way, right? In other words, it was downwind and the upwind.
Yep.
And he couldn't smell the little monkey. And it showed this anaconda getting suspicious because of the movement. This something
Yeah.
deep. And the big anaconda comes around like that suddenly and sees the little monkey. The monkey and him look at each other, boom! That monkey off at 80 miles an hour off a tree.
So who was filming all this, eh? Staged.
Showed other things.
Nice though.
It showed those very dangerous snakes that if they got black and white, they're only about that big, those curl things on it. I can't remember which one is harmless and which one is not. And the other one has got a different colour. Now,
Oh, okay.
they look, they're the same animal, like this poor little monkey didn't know anything about wildlife and come across this thinking dangerous snake and something happened, but he managed to escape. He's running on with it. Yeah, well, I said, why board up and cut it to him at the end. He saw these other monkeys. This little monkey had to live. He had to survive, right?
Yep.
He watched other monkeys. He watched birds first, eating this fruit out of the tree. They were dropping all this fruit down. So he dropped some of it, and it was like a nut and he ate it. And then he saw some monkeys going to these funny looking things. To him, it was a funny looking thing. It's a bird's nest. And they were eating the monkeys. These other monkeys were eating the eggs.
What if he knew they were like
The
him?
monkey comes along, he finds this nest. And he did the same thing. Actually, I said to myself, don't you, but I was very, if I was there, I would have chased him away. I mean, that bird, that was her like a baby, so the baby that they were eating. Just plugging them in and licking all the inside out of them.
Glenn,
Anyway, I haven't finished it. It's called Amazonia. Whatever comes on, watch it or record it. One of the most interesting wildlife things I've ever seen.
Yep.
You know?
what channel? What channel?
I don't watch, I don't even know how to find the channel.
No, I can look them up though because they're recorded on the fetch box. What channel? I'll have a look through the.
No, it doesn't.
It's all right. I'll look
I
through the
don't-
TV guide. I'd like to see that.
If I haven't thrown it away,
Yeah.
it should be in the rubbish bin.
Yes. Yeah. TV
The
guide.
TV guide that had it in.
Yep. Okay.
But I'm going to make a little cup of tea coffee.
Okay, mate.
And then I'm going to go and watch the cricket.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's all right. Well,
Good
it's-
story. Yeah.
So
Good.
ask Rodney what he actually does at the council. Write it down, tell me later, eh? I
Okay.
don't know what he said.
Okay. Go and have your coffee, love. You
So
are
you wasted your
dismissed.
time doing a carpentry apprentice.
No,
No.
nothing is wasted.
Well, I still do whatever I can do.
Yeah.
It wasn't a waste of time. I just did it for a year, 16 months. I just did it.
And Glenn, he works at our place. He works at his place. He works at
Travis
Ethan's
wants me to do
place.
some work there at the church now. He
I hope
showed me today.
They're going to pay you.
Yeah,
That's good, love.
that's what he said to me. I just wanted to know what you done. Probably stinging you.
That's all.
He's a good kid.
He's a beautiful bloke.
He is a good kid,
No,
really good
I mean,
kid.
Ethan. Ethan Glenn.
Ethan Glenn.
You know, a few years ago, around about 2000, they had a thing on the SMR, a big thing, turning of the year. And the manager of South Johnson came up to me at a talk. He must have recognised me or something. He was in a class above Gallup Bavenda School, did all the,
Bavenda School.
Gordon Bale School,
Yep.
Dennis Stevenson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's not there anymore, are
No.
they? They ought to be darn thankful that Dennis Stevenson was a manager there. When he was there, I'm not sure if they gave him the sack or what. We spent all this money redeveloping the middle, expanding this, expanding that, and he got into trouble with the board of directors over it.
Yep.
It was farmer owned,
Yeah.
right? And then he left, never anymore, there's nothing in him. When
I think
saw
his
that he
wife
got-
was,
first of all,
he was killed in that car
South
accident.
Johnson Mill got half of Gundy, and the Binder who owned the other half of Gundy,
Yep.
this side of the Johnson River, all that went
Yeah.
to
Govinda.
South Johnson, and the Binder, everything from, that was in Binder from War's Pocket through to the Bevinda Creek, all goes to South Johnson, and from here up goes to Gordondale.
Yep.
And I said to myself, if Dennis Stevenson wouldn't have done that, they would not have been able to take
No,
that
of course not.
right?
Rodney,
I
I think he was killed running into the back of a truck. Tully.
Mulgrave Mill
Tully or something.
didn't do anything.
He was going fishing.
They got
No, that
Hamilton,
wasn't him.
but there wasn't much Hamilton left.
Yeah.
Edmonton never all taken.
Yeah.
But Mulgrave Mill got everything from Fishery Falls to Babinda, Rodney,
Yep.
from Fishery, and that goes to Mulgrave.
All good farming
I was
country.
talking to a group of farmers, this is after I left. Tilly Pastino, Guido Gadella, you knew Guido Gadella. He told you about me.
Yep.
You reckon it's a wonder I didn't die from all those chemicals. I was talking, and I said, must be a good thing now to say that you're a Mulgrave farmer. And Tilly Patino said, the worst thing that ever happened to us,
Yep.
they couldn't handle the cane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Couldn't handle the cane.
too much.
And Babinda's cane was getting there so late, it was going off in the bins.
Oh, that's terrible.
You know, it was getting affected in.
Sugar was
Yeah,
dropping.
in those bins, you got no idea, Ronnie, how hot
Yeah.
cane can get. When the harvesters, the first harvester that Grays had, they'd tow the bin behind the harvester's tow it, and then you'd get a bin boy up in it, sitting up on top of the bin. And when it got to a certain thing, so it didn't peak like that and all that, you'd have to rake all the stuff aside. And I only did it for 1 year, and I was standing in there and raking all this cane, and I stood there with cane up to here. You know, and it got hot.
Yep.
Like compost.
Nothing,
Hit compost.
from-
Yeah.
The sugar is a very, it's some fungus or something, I don't know.
Well, it ferments too very quickly.
Now, they used to have, they still do, the trailers had points with a bit, when you lift them up like that, when you got to
Yeah.
the bin dump,
Roll on, roll
you
off.
put them down, the full bin would go off, and you push the new one on. This big Yugoslav bloke working on the Grays Harvester as a bin boy. Yeah, a tractor would come in and turn and drop the bin a certain distance beyond the harvester, and the harvester would back up and pick up the bin. Now this bloke, as the bin went past, the bloke stopped because he used to do it. And he jumped from the full bin, listen to this,
Yep.
onto the empty bin. When he got towards the empty bin with the points up like that, they're sharp at the end, fell down on him, and it went clean through here, out of the thing here. Colin Griner said there's something shocking.
Oh, gosh.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's terrible.
It was a big
How'd they
Bugle club.
get it out?
You know what he did?
Pulled it out.
He put his hands down,
Oh,
and he levered himself off
oh no. Impaling, eh?
He
Worst thing
levered
you can do,
himself
you're
off.
supposed to leave it there.
You're supposed to, yeah.
Bleed out.
it. And that's quite possible too. Because
Gee
immediately you have severe pain like that, like they reckon, the doctors reckon, that you get a hit of
Adrenaline.
cortisone or something.
Adrenaline.
Eh?
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline, something. And until, and when it wears off, the shocking pain comes in. That's what happened, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They didn't have those things anymore. When I was, from then on, I was a bin driver. And then they got to it where you don't disconnect the bin at all. You keep it on the tractor drives alongside the harvester,
Yeah.
and it all falls out of the harvester down in the bin.
Yeah, looks like a
and when
sugar
it's
syrup.
full, drive away and empty it.
Did you ever cut cane by hand?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But the first time I was cutting it for plants when I was working with Clive Morgan, and I was cutting it the plants of Colin Gray. 1965, the same year I went to Sydney. What farmers do when they have the cane cutters, they take a certain amount of money out of the pay of the cane cutters called retention money. Now what that meant was if they took off before the cane was cut, they wouldn't get that money, right? I mean, it was legal.
Insurance, yeah.
It was legal.
Yep.
1965 was a bad year. 1964 was a bad year. Mulgrave, there was a very good growing year. There was a massive amount of cane. The season went till halfway through January.
Yep.
Dad's group, there was 2 cane cutters, right?
Oi.
I might have said there were 2.
Oi. Did they have mechanical cutting then? Did they have mechanical harvesters then? Did they have harvesters then?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Well, they did, but only one here, one
Yeah.
there, right?
Yep.
Very good. And Dad had this block, 9.5 acres, CO475, the variety.
Incredible.
It was a massive crop and it all fell down.
Oh.
Just
Do you fit
buds, they call it, fell down.
Yep.
One member of the gang took off. He wanted to get down to do the fruit picking.
Yep.
He gets a job every year, fruit picking.
Good money
He
there.
said, bugger the retention money. I'm not going to miss out my job down there. The other bloke stayed, and his name was Gavin. I can remember Gavin. Teddy came back from Bible college, right? And I was working at Colin Gray, and anyway, I can't remember exactly how, but I got permission from Gray to leave for 4 months to go down south. Before I went, there's only one bloke trying to cut 9.5 acres, 9 acres of tangle-up cane. It was burnt,
Yeah.
not green. So Teddy and I, and this gentleman was over one side, and we were over the other side, cutting this tangle-up cane. Dad paid us what it used to be. It used to be £1 a tonne to cut the cane, and so much to load it by shoulder. But then at that point, I can't remember, Gordon Simpson, his daughter, as it used to be named,
Nola. Yep.
Where Teddy and I, this was hot. This is the middle of January.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Actually, the beginning of January. It took us 2 weeks to finish cutting it. Stinking hot. It became, Dad always drew cane that had very high sugar content.
Yep.
And when you burn it, it'd all seep out of the nodal region of the sugar cane.
All sticky.
As honey.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I used to get it.
Yeah.
I used to love it. Our clothes, we start off with nice clean clothes first thing in the morning. Come dinner time, our clothes were just nearly stiff from all this.
And your poor mother had 2 of you to wash for.
We'd go home and Mum would have dinner for us and we'd take our clothes off. And the worst thing we could have done, and we put it out on a clothesline. When we got back in again, like getting into a straitjacket. And so uncomfortable.
Stiff.
And we didn't go changing our clothes.
No, that's good.
No. So we cut all this cane, right to the very end. And Dad was paying us twice the amount of what cane cutters normally get.
Wow.
Yep.
And he was giving that to Gavin too,
Yeah, that's good.
just to get it off the field.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? And we were burning sections right across the width. We didn't make breaks. And Dad normally got cut the cane, throw some to the side, that side, when you're making cross breaks.
Yes.
Dad didn't worry about cutting cross breaks. He just wanted to get the cane off. So he got in there with a tract and disc arrows and drove straight through the cane with disc arrows to make a break.
Wow.
Make a break that wide, so we burn that section.
Yep.
I can't remember, we might have cut some of that cane, but not now. Anyway, we made all this money. I made, Teddy was at a Bible college. You know, little bit of
Pocket
time
money.
from Bible college.
Yeah, but almost killed him.
Yeah. Because he was married then.
So was that the hardest work you reckon you've ever done in your life?
No. Well, it could have been. Teddy had the Crossland Town Company
Yep.
in Jordanvale. They bought it off Dave Goodger. It was where they delivered fuel to all the farmers who wanted in the area, all the fuel, and petrol was in 44-gallon drums, 200-litre drums, and nearly all the farmers had these tanks standing up in the air that pumped
that's
diesel
right.
into it.
Yeah, like Laurel and Abel had.
And then Teddy, they'd have to load all this fertiliser and take out to the farm. First of all, they had to go to Cairns and get the fertiliser, and they'd take it out into a big shed on Teddy's business. As the farmers wanted to load it, well, he was picking up. There was no such thing as pallets.
Yep.
pallets with fertiliser on.
No.
All had to be picked up and laid
Yeah,
on the
gee
shoulder.
whiz.
Well, he was pretty well used, before he was a Bible college, he knew what picking hard work
Yeah,
was.
strong. Yeah.
And he was also an aircraft engineer,
Yep.
and a very good engineer. Next to where they were, a few miles from where they lived in Banniger, because when he was a pastor, he was a home missionary to
Yeah.
Presbyterian church there. Getting towards the coast, there was an airstrip, an old airstrip that was built by the Americans
Yep.
for the war. And planes used to land there occasionally, that rather than going to the big airport on Thursday Island, or not Thursday Island, well, Thursday Island, that was called Horn Island. Thursday Island, Horn Island Airport. But this is on the land, on Cape York Peninsula. Tell he was at home there, and he heard this plane going over, and it was spluttering, spluttering, spluttering. He was in it.
It's okay. It's okay. Take time.
Just brings back memories.
I know. It's okay, love. It's all good.
I went to Teddy's 90th birthday a few weeks ago. He sat in a chair,
Yeah, it hurts, Daddy.
like
ain't
that
it?
the whole time. Never spoke to him.
Very
No.
hard.
Why? You know, I was talking about how he was then, and I was
Yeah.
thinking out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was an engineer, a mechanic, aircraft engineer, mechanic. He heard this aeroplane going over, low. He said there's something wrong with that plane, and he drove straight across, halfway across the peninsula to get to where the airport. And the plane just managed to land.
Wow.
And the bloke said, I don't know what's wrong with it. He said if it was much longer it would have crashed. And Teddy went to the engine and looked at him. He said, you know what the trouble is?
Ran out of fuel.
There was a chink in the fuel line and the fuel was dripping out of
Oh my
it.
God.
Dripping out.
Couldn't blow up, eh?
If
Yeah.
they would have went another few kilometres to Horn Island,
Crashed.
they would have crashed in the sea.
Yeah.
God appointed, that Ted was there right then.
So Teddy knew how to repair it
Mm.
because he was an engineer.
Yeah.
He had his tools and repaired that.
That would have made the news today.
I was up there. I've done it for 2 weeks. Colin Gray and I
Yep.
went up there.
Kerry Lee was a
2 or 3
baby.
weeks. I was my first. Remember, you go all upset because you never been to Cooktown, and I
Yes.
was lined up to go up to Banniger.
Yes.
And I said, okay, hop in the car, we go to Cooktown.
Yes.
He ripped up the Cooktown. Was Rodney born?
Kerry Lee.
Kerry Lee, but Rodney wasn't.
No.
I tore up the Cooktown, showed him around, went to the museum
No.
where we saw Ned Crosland's
No.
gold scales.
No, we did that the
Were
next
in the
time.
museum.
No.
Could still be there for
Yeah, we did that next time. This time, Rodney,
Yeah,
we
he
drove
said,
straight up
"There
the.
it is."
Yep. No, we drove straight up the main street. He did a U-E and he said, "Well, you've been to Cooktown." We drove back home again.
Anyway, I just turned
Too
around and went back again very quickly. Then you got it upset.
That's
You said
right.
You wanted a good look around, but we did it a little bit later.
And I can remember Kerry Lee sitting on the side of the road in her potty doing a pee. She was sitting in a little potty.
She was,
Mustn't have been then. It must
I
have been
know.
after. She was too young to be in a potty. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to think that one through. It must have been the next trip,
I,
the next time.
You can write it down.
Yeah, I will. You're going, are you?
Just
Cricket's on.